What of those who will not have Christ to reign over them? What of them who persist in their rebellion against the Lord? Here is the answer. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Proverbs 1, verses 29 through 32. They resist the Spirit of the Lord, refusing all its pleadings, until it is useless to strive longer with them. They utterly refuse to have anything to do with the Lord, and so he lets them have their own way, which is destruction. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Proverbs 14, verse 12. Such ones are self-condemned. Their condemnation to death is not merely the decision of a judge, but is the natural result of their own course. They have hated the Lord, have resisted all his advances, and have shown their desire to have nothing to do with him. Since they positively refuse to live with him, he has no other alternative but to leave them to themselves. And as they have no means of self-existence, they necessarily suffer destruction. The same love has been bestowed upon the wicked that has been bestowed upon the righteous. It is common for people to say that God has been very good to such and such a person. This is true, but it is not all the truth, and it may convey a wrong impression. The fact is that the Lord is good to everybody. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. Psalm 145, verse 9. The Lord is goodness itself. He is love. He cannot at any time be any other than he is, and therefore he is just as good to one person as he is to another. He is equally good to everybody and just as good as he can be all the time. Therefore it is not because they have not been drawn by the love of God that some are destroyed. It is because they have despised that love, having hardened their hearts against God's love. The more he manifested his love to them, the harder they became. It is a trite saying that the same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay. One question more ought to be considered in this connection, and that is, what is the fate of those who reject the Lord? It is clear enough that it is separation from him, for that is what they have chosen. They were naturally separated from the Lord by their sins. God, however, would not let them go without an effort to induce them to accept his ways. But their refusal of his kind offers showed their determination to be forever separated from him, and he is at last compelled to give them up to their own choice. Now the question is, where can they exist separate from God? Read the words of the psalmist. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. Psalm 139, verses 7 through 12. God is everywhere. It is his presence and that only that upholds the universe. It is evident, therefore, that those who are left to their own choice to be eternally separate from the Lord have no place left them but utter extinction. There is no place in the universe where men can exist separate from the presence of the Lord. And this is just what the Lord says shall be their fate. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Obadiah, verses 15 and 16. This is reaping the fruit of their own way, namely rejecting the presence of the Spirit of God. So injustice no less than mercy to those who willingly yield to his control. He must let the wicked suffer the punishment which they have worked for. Indeed, it would be doing the wicked an injustice not to give them that for which they have so long and diligently labored. They have taken counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." All their desire has been to be left to themselves, and now God gives them their desire. But as there is no place in the universe where God is not, the only thing for them is extinction.